Live from the New England seacoast and sunny Mexico, it's time for Channel Reviews. Please welcome your fabulous hosts, Mr. Dee, Nimmin, and Daniel Batal.
What are we doing here goofing around when we should be doing a game show, D?
That's right. We got work to do. Why are you holding a giant duck?
I was just playing around. I was having some fun. It's good to see
Don't play
everyone
with your
here
duck.
today. If it's the first time here, this is the only game show on YouTube that does live channel reviews where you can learn how to grow your YouTube channel and win fabulous prizes along the way. Dee and I are going to be putting a word into the chat using the fabulous Streamyard giveaway tool. And all you need to do is type exactly what you see there, the yard, into the chat. And that will allow us to pull somebody from the chat. I can't remember. I'm having one of those days. Do they need to type the hashtag? Do they have to do
Yeah.
hashtag when you put it up?
type
So it
in
has to be hashtag, exactly what you see, hashtag
Yes.
the yard.
And just to keep you on your toes, some of them are going to have hashtags and some of them will not have hashtags.
Ooh, Dee's not playing
And
today.
I'm going to periodically just be tossing the word up. So Daniel might be talking about something else. He might be reviewing a channel. I might put that up there so you can get a head start on that. So, Dan, you want to tell them exactly what's going on today? Tell them what the winners are going to win. Let them know what we're going to do, how the wheel works.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is if you type that in exactly as you see it, hashtag the yard, into the chat, that's going to allow us to pull one of you up from the chat. And what we're going to do is pull up one of your channels, and we have a wheel that we're going to share that allows us to decide which best practices we're going to check out on your channel and whether or not you're utilizing that best practice. Now, to be fair, not everybody uses every specific best practice depending on your type of channel. That's why we give you best 2 out of 3 in the initial rounds, but it gets a lot faster near the end and a lot more fun when we get into sudden death. And the people who win along the way, we're going to put them into a final wheel spin, and they'll be able to pick any item of their choice from the fabulous Streamyard merchandise catalog. So this is going to be a great day today here.
I highly recommend if you win, either get the hoodie or get this giant coffee mug. If you're drinking tea or hot chocolate or a coffee drinker.
Wait, you're saying that you don't like the stuffed Puddles duck? I like Puddles. He's okay.
No.
I threw him somewhere. He's resilient.
Okay, well, don't play with your duck on this show. It's like that,
No duck throwing.
it's not, no duck throwing. Not that kind of show. Okay, who's got the timpani today?
Today we have our good friend Geraldo back on timpani. Look at, he's nodding, he's smiling, he seems very happy. He's had an enjoyable week and he's looking forward to playing some timpani for us.
Awesome. I'm ready to roll.
Let's do it.
Ready?
Geraldo's nodding.
Let's go. See who's gonna be. Hey, Nick. Thanks for coming over.
Is that Nick Nimmin in the chat?
Yeah, it is.
Good to see you, Nick. We have a winner. Let me just find that channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, so as Daniel's pulling up the winner here, I just want to get this out of the way because, we're all about transparency. I want to let you know, because of the time change that's happened on one side of the world, I'm on another side of the world. I'm in Asia, and it's really late for me, and I'm already like hysterically giddy. So it's going to be one of those shows, so buckle up. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Daniel, put your duck away.
Put the duck
I can
away.
see you playing with it over there.
All right, so we have the channel here, but as always, what we do here at this point is we allow the wheel of best practices to decide exactly, if I can get the words out, what we're going to look at. So let's give that a spin and let it tell us what we're going to do.
He's Norwegian.
Norwegian name, sorry. Never be sorry.
Never be sorry. man.
Just because
Awesome
I can't
name.
pronounce it. That's my problem, not yours.
Yeah.
Let's see, what do we have here today? Optimized playlist. Dee, can you do us a favor for the people here in the chat and the people in the replay? Can you please tell us what we mean by optimized playlists and why that might be important to trying to grow your YouTube channel?
Absolutely. When we're talking about an optimized playlist, we're talking about grouping your videos together in a specific way that will create a binge session where a viewer might come in and watch one video to the next. But more specifically, we're talking about a good optimized title and a description. We're looking for playlists that tell the viewer exactly what it is inside of that playlist. I can't even speak.
You're speaking Norwegian over there.
Playlist, right? Because a playlist can also be recommended through search and through browse. So you want to make sure you have a good, strong playlist. You don't want a playlist of titled as something like vlogs or recipes. You want to be very descriptive.
Right. So I'm pulling up this channel right off the bat, and I'm seeing. Good luck with this one. Blemish Billingstedt, and then popular videos. Let me go over to playlist. I'm looking to see if there are any really optimized playlists. Now, I should say, to be fair, this channel looks like it may be newer. There's not a lot of content here, and it does look like he's trying to get some of the content into a playlist. Now, the idea of optimized playlists gives us a little bit of a handicap, because I will say, I'll be the first to say that my Norwegian is not quite as up to par as it should have been for this particular show today.
I'm with you on that one. Okay, so what about this? So he's obviously just getting started. We've got the language barrier here. What about it's our game. We can change the rules.
Yeah,
why don't we just give him some advice on maybe moving forward?
So, listen, for your channel and anybody here in the chat and anyone following along in the replay, what you want to do is there's a couple of things you want to think about. Whenever you make a playlist title, don't just put a name on there like, well, this is the box that these videos go into. Think about what you might name a video title. Well, how can you make it compelling? And then think about the fact that you can actually use a description in your playlist to help the viewer understand what this playlist is about, why they would want to watch, and really bring them down that rabbit hole of watching multiple videos. So here you do have a playlist that you've created, but I would tell you 2 words probably isn't enough. And I was going to say that don't make it something that you wouldn't make for a video title. And then I got to be honest with you, when I look at the playlist titles, they're exactly the same for the video titles. It's just all numbered number 1, number 2. They all seem identical. But we're not looking at video titles yet. But I'm going to say do this. Try to make sure it's something compelling. If this is, it looks like you're following a particular bird that has a nest that has laid some eggs. Is that what
it might be? A willow warbler. A
willow warbler? Maybe?
A very common bird in Norway.
Okay,
possibly.
So here you might want to make a little more description here, where you get a little deeper about. Don't just say this is what this bird is and what's going on. Try to get really into it. Let people know that you've been tracking this bird and you're following the progress of the new hatchlings or the eggs that it just laid, or the family that it's building. Make it really
Mating
compelling.
Season.
Yeah.
Okay,
so right now, let's do this. I'm going to be generous because I know I'm with you, D. I can change the rules too. Why don't we give it to him? We're going to give you one up right off the bat and call that a win, and say you made a playlist. Just see if you can optimize it a little bit more moving forward in the future, so that it's easier for the viewer to understand.
Love it.
Total win. See, we're generous here. And I love that it's an animal channel. This is like an interesting thing here. D and I actually have a shelter we're putting together that we're trying to rescue dogs. It's called it's called when they rescue and we groom them, right? Remember? You didn't talk the new one, Doggy Style, the one we've been building.
We'll
talk about it later. All right, let's spin the wheel and let's see what we have going on over here. Let's go here and spin-a-roo. And very close. And cards. Cards comes up a lot. Now, cards, if you're using your different elements inside of your videos, there are different places where you have the ability to recommend more of your content to someone who might be watching the video they're on. And one of the first places you can grab their attention is in a card. That's an overlay that you can decide where that's going to pop up along the video. And a card is best used somewhere in the later portion of your video. YouTube recommends, by best practices, usually 80% of the way through a video or more, specifically because if you put it up there earlier, it can increase the bounce rate and actually get people off of the video they're watching too soon, and can actually impact the average view duration of that video. So think about putting them near the end, make sure you're using them, and then make sure you're pushing someone towards a next relevant piece of content that they might watch. Now, this channel, D, I would think of all channels should be using all elements of cards, end screens, link in the description, and pinned comment, because it looks like they're following some progression of what's going on with this specific bird and or birds, which I can't say for sure, but that's what it looks like.
Yes, let's have a look.
Well, one thing I'm going to say is, wow, these videos are from 14 years ago.
What?
They're just the ones that are on here right now. 14 years ago. Incredible. All right, well, I'm just going to come up here and look at some of the, I don't know when the newer
YouTuber
one is.
right there. OG
That is
YouTuber.
an OG YouTuber. So I'm going to go down to one of the beginnings. Let me go somewhere in the middle of the pack with the bird scenario, something that drove some views. This one drove 3,200 views. If this one, and it was number 7, this one should absolutely lead on to the number 8 portion of this series. Is there a card? And in the upper right, I do not see a card icon. So that leads me to believe there are no cards.
14 years ago, did they have cards back then?
No, but they do have them now. So optimization can absolutely be integrated at any portion during the construction of your channel. If this is something that was a series that is driving most of the views to your channel, and it looks like this was a pretty big series for you, I would say that this one, if of any of them, should. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, and I'll go to the newest video you have that's only 4 years ago. And I will ask if there are cards here. Let me see. There's a lot of black at the beginning. And also here, I do not see any icon in the upper right. So unfortunately, that means we did not get a card on any of the videos that we pulled up. That's okay. One strike, one hit. There's still plenty of time to stay in this game. This is a fast-moving game. Can you imagine 14 years ago? What was I doing 14 years ago? I didn't even know. I think I only started in 2012. That was before I was ever on the platform. That is an OG YouTuber.
Roberto Blake in the house.
Good to see you, Roberto. Speaking
now,
of
think
OG
of the knowledge.
YouTubers.
Think of the knowledge that creator has on birds.
No kidding.
Right? 14 years of studying birds. At least 14 years. The channel's 14 years old.
14 years ago. Okay, a clear value proposition. Dee, can you explain to people here in the chat and in the replay what we mean by clear value proposition?
Take that one for me. I'm doing a tech thing over here for a second.
Let me explain. When we talk about clear value proposition, what we mean is do you make it easy for the viewer to understand what your channel is about, who the target audience might be, and why they would want to watch your content? And this refers to not just only your videos, it's your thumbnails, your titles, it's when we look at your channel art. It's just that vibe of coming in contact with any of your content and or channel and really being able to understand those 3 things really at a glance. The simpler you make it for the potential viewer to understand what the channel's about, who the target audience is, and why they'd want to watch, the easier it is to get them to engage with your content or decide not to if that content's not right for them. So let me pull up the channel over here. And let's see. I think this is going to be a tricky one. This is a channel that was an older channel. He hasn't really published to it in a bunch of years. If I were to look at the channel art, there's nothing up there other than a picture of a landscape, sort of a mountain range. D?
No. No, but if I scroll down though and I start looking at the content, I'm thinking this channel is about birds.
I agree. I have a problem. I have a problem with the titling, but I think the thumbnails are great. I think the thumbnails are great for the value proposition if all of the content is about birds. I think I would say, all right, I get that. And when I go more forward though, the problem I have here is I don't know that screams birds. And I don't know that this screams bird. That screams horse's backside. Watching my language. This screams camping. This screams mountain ranges. That screams road signs. So I'm not quite understanding. It felt like it was a bird channel until the more recent stuff. So I'm really confused why I'd want to be engaged with this channel. The bird stuff definitely I get if I was a bird lover. But then the most recent one looks like it's a birdhouse too. So this one I kind of get birds again, but I'm kind of lost in the middle here. So I'm sorry. I'm going to give this one a no. I'm going to have to say no on this one. Now, that being said, my friend, I bet he's thinking, that's a he? That's a he, isn't it? I hope that's a he. Yes. He's probably thinking, guys, I haven't even really done anything with this channel. I've been thinking about getting back on there and doing something. Or maybe this isn't his main channel. Maybe he's got another channel that he's been working on. This one here, we're just trying to figure out if we can easily make the viewer understand what it's about. If you start publishing to this one again, just decide who the target audience is and what the channel's value proposition really is, because it'll make it easier for YouTube to serve tomorrow's video to the people who were really engaged with yesterday's video. Just those simple ability to make that connection can really improve your growth trajectory and speed up your ability to connect with the people out there who would love your content. Why don't we put another word into chat if you haven't already, and let's see if we can pull up another contestant here.
Yeah, 1 second here. I'm having an issue with it. That's what I'm wrestling with.
Oh, is our giveaway tool having an issue?
Yeah, it's just jamming up on me. That's what I'm wrestling with over here.
Oh, it happens sometimes. Sometimes you get a jam up.
We do. changing my browser up here. Hold on one second. All right. There we go. I think that's going to work. YouTube is the word to type in.
Okay.
No hashtag, just the
no
word
hashtag,
YouTube.
straight YouTube. Type that into the chat and we'll pull someone up. I'm reading some of the comments right now. I'm seeing, I'll ask my bald uncles, do they use shampoo? Why do I feel that somehow
Ahmed,
that was...
I remember this guy.
I think that was a comment on you, D.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that was a throwback, as we would say. Yeah. A good throwback.
Soap works. Hand soap works. Once or twice a week.
Yeah. Me, I actually use a steam cleaner. I just run it over my head.
I believe you do.
That's what it looks like anyway.
All right, we've got 93 entries. Geraldo, are you ready?
Let's do it. Geraldo is nodding.
Let's go. Go.
There's some big names in there. There's some long names. I can see my typing fingers getting ready to go. And the winner is Federal Prison Talk. Federal Prison Talk. Federal.
Have we had this channel before?
There was the Thin Blue Line that we know. It used to be called the Thin Blue Line. Now, I don't know if that's the same channel and that he may have repackaged or it may be a different person.
But while you're pulling that up, I just can tell you, like right away, I just love the name. Based on the name alone, I know we're going to talk about prison.
Yeah. Well, it's funny that if there is two different Prison Talk, then that's really kind of interesting. I didn't know that you would have only been the second person I've ever run into in this niche. So I do have the channel here, Federal Prison Talk. Okay. Did I miss something?
It's a different channel.
First time from total first time. So so we do know another prison channel that's sort of like the viewpoint from a guard who works there.
Yeah, that's right. It was a guard.
Yeah, I think it used to be called the Thin Blue Line, but I don't know if it's still called that anymore. Anyway, let's do this. Let's pull up the wheel, which now has a few slices missing because anyone here who hasn't played the game before, as our friend here, Federal Prison Talk, the way we do this is as each slice on the wheel is selected, it's removed from the wheel. So the things that the options that come in front of us actually get narrower. So let's see what we're going to look at here.
Oh, I thought this had eliminated.
End screens. D, you want to tell people here in the chat and the replay what we mean by end screens and why they might be important?
Absolutely. An end screen is a feature that everybody should be using. It is what some people call an outro, where they put a thumbnail at the end of your video. YouTube gives us the last 20 seconds. I don't recommend putting it that long. Put it like the last 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds on there. The goal is to direct them to another relevant piece of content. Get them to watch another relevant piece of content. You should absolutely be using an end screen. If you're not, you are leaving views on the table.
So I am pulling up this channel, and I just grabbed a video from a couple of weeks ago that had a decent amount of views on it. And in fact, there are 2 end screens here. So that is when he is using end screens on this channel. That's hit number 1. Fantastic. We're already moving forward.
Yep. Love it.
Let me quickly pull up the wheel again. Let's spin and see what we're going to look at next. Doing a great job, Geraldo. You look sharp today, too.
Yeah.
Optimized titles. Now, this is something Dee and I have talked about quite frequently. When you think about making titles for your videos, when we say optimized, we don't necessarily mean like SEO optimized for the machine. What we really mean is optimized for the viewer. Now, that can be including keywords, making it easier for the viewer to understand. But it comes right back to that thing we talked about earlier, really trying to sell not only the value proposition of the channel, but really making it simple and clear for the viewer to understand what they can expect from that video, why they'd want to watch, and make them want to click to become engaged with that video. Because it really is, when it comes down to titles and thumbnails, it's really trying to figure out how to make that messaging clear and win that click and get them watching your video. So let's pull up a video on this channel. Let me go back to the channel. I'm going to go right over to the videos tab here, and I'm going to do this, D, I'm going to yell out some of these titles, and you tell me what you think of some of the more recent ones. He's had some time to build. Federal sentencing, how to get 18 months off your sentence with RDAP. Going to federal prison, number 2, hashtag 2 questions to ask your lawyer sentencing. Facing federal prison time, what you to ask your lawyer, video number 1, indictment.
Yeah, I love these titles. And those titles by themselves tell me that this channel is targeting people who may be going to prison.
Yeah, I think they're great.
Win.
I think
Yeah,
they're great.
I think they're great too. Yeah,
I
good
think
job.
that is, wait, is that 2 hits? Were we that quick? Man, we're moving right on to the final round. One thing I would give you a little tip, and anyone here in the chat and in the replay, YouTube has kind of said they don't prefer it if you use all caps. How you doing, Carrie? You really want to think about only, if you're going to capitalize words, maybe capitalize the ones that you really want to jump out at the viewer, because YouTube kind of feels like all caps is basically like screaming at people, and that's not the vibe they like on the platform overall. So they do recommend going with something that isn't using all caps. And it's not that you can't use caps, just try to put them in places where maybe you want a specific word to pop.
Now, just type in yes in the chat right now if you just subscribe to his channel, just in case. Like, because you never know when you're going to catch a case. You never know.
There's 6 people in there going, oh man, I'm in trouble. I'm facing prison time.
I'm subscribed.
Thank God for this channel.
I'm going to subscribe just in case, man. It's been a wild year. You never know what 2023 is going to bring.
What has been going on over there? Do you represent people in Mexico and Thailand? That's the kind of advice we really need.
That's right. Yeah.
I got to get this into our final wheel. Federal's prison talk. All right, let me get.
See any videos in there about Interpol, deportation, any of that stuff?
Says something about federales here.
Yeah. So here's the important question. This is actually really interesting. So Robin asks, do you get YouTube in prison?
Ooh.
First person.
Why is she asking us that question?
Up on that one.
She's asking us. She goes like, Daniel, I just want to ask you. You get the? I'm like, whoa. Why are you asking us? Why do you think I would know that?
Yeah, crickets.
Yeah, I don't actually know. I don't know the answer to that. I know they do have some television.
There you go.
All right. What do we got next now? He's moved on, so we're gonna put a word into the chat. Have them type that. Thumbnails, always important. Thumbnails.
There you go. Type in the word thumbnails just the way you see it.
During the stint you had at the Mexican prison, did they allow you to watch YouTube?
No.
Wow.
No.
Is that why we haven't seen you publishing as much as we have in the past?
Yeah, I just,
No YouTube access.
Yeah. Those Tijuana prisons, man, no internet access.
All your video topics were like, what's for lunch?
What's for lunch?
How to cut an iron pipe with a toothpaste holder. How to turn a toothbrush into a shiv.
How to build a shank. Yeah. All right. Geraldo, whenever you're ready, man, we got 88 entries. You ready?
88. Let's go.
I told you it's going to be one of those shows.
It is. We're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants here.
Hey, Tish. I walk into the weirdest conversation.
Totally. It's only going to get weirder. Night Train FPV. Night Train FPV. Let me pull this channel up.
All right. Night Train FPV. That's a drone channel, right?
Yeah. I'm going to nod.
A drone channel?
Night Train FPV.
Is that drones? No.
I don't know. But I'll tell you what, we have a wheel that will decide what we're going to look at. That will probably help us draw some things into focus as we spin that wheel. So let's do so.
Let's do it.
What does FPV stand for? I should probably know that. First person.
I think it's a drone.
I'm not going to go with the V. I got myself in trouble. I know I will. Wait a minute. Free spin. So we can add a free spin onto that wheel. So no matter what happens here, you're going to have one extra spin to stay in the game as we move forward. Let's spin it again. Anyone know what FPV is? Clear thumbnails. Clear thumbnails. That's actually a very fitting one. Dee, can you tell people what we mean by clear thumbnails and why they might be important when you're trying to build a channel and grow it a little bit faster than others?
Absolutely. When we're talking about clear thumbnails, we're talking about thumbnails that are easily identifiable by your target audience. They're not cluttered. The contrast is good high contrast. You're not stuffing a ton of text in there. If you are putting text, it should be really easy to read. The fonts should be simple. It should be very easy to read on a mobile device. You shouldn't have to what is going on with the thumbnail on a mobile device? So you don't have to have text, as you do not.
No.
The goal, though, is to make people understand what the video is about, or pique your curiosity, or have some element where you're asking a question through the imagery to make someone want to click. Well, so why don't we throw this one to the...
Yeah, let's throw this out to the lines. You guys in chat, I'm going to try to put the magnifying glass on this. Do us a favor. Throw thumbs up if you think these thumbnails are very clear and make it obvious to the viewer what this video is going to be about and why they should watch. Or give us a thumbs down if you think they're a little murky and they make it hard for the viewer to understand. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Hey, that's my car. Hey, that's the prison I was at. Just trying to scroll over here.
Yeah, it's possible that you could be allowing YouTube to auto-generate your thumbnails.
Mm-hmm. That's possibly what it feels like. These all feel like just letting YouTube pick what it is, or letting or picking from the few. Usually YouTube will pick like a selection of 3 when you're uploading a video, and you can choose which one you like more. But a lot of times, if the visuals in your video don't really scream the value proposition, that's not always the greatest choice. What are we getting in here? I'm seeing one yes. I'm seeing a thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down, prayers, thumbs down. I'm seeing a thumbs up. I'm seeing a yes. I'm seeing thumbs down, thumbs down. I'm seeing an overwhelming majority of thumbs down. People saying that they can't quite understand just based on the thumbnails. So unfortunately, that's going to be a strike for you, my friend. Whoops.
Now, what I would recommend, if you don't know how to build a thumbnail, if people are just getting started, if you don't have any design experience, that's perfectly normal. We've all gone through this. Go watch some tutorials on YouTube. If you're doing it on your phone, I've got videos showing you how to do it on my channel. You can also go over to Canva, and they have templates that you can build on top of and use them for free. You can use their templates for free. But I really recommend trying some custom thumbnails and keep them simple and really focus in on what would be important to the people you're trying to reach, the people you want to watch your video.
Yeah, and it's not like there's always one rule for like, this is how you make thumbnails.
Right.
But in general, we want to be able to quickly take a look and go, oh, I get what this content's about. I get what they're trying to do, especially for smaller channels. Listen, when you get to be bigger, if you're driving, hundreds of millions of views, and you've got millions of subscribers, and maybe people just know you as the entity, as the creator, and they know you as a personality, sure, you can just have your face in there and sort of be a little more generic with it. And sometimes that can really work. But even the biggest creators on the platform tend to spend quite a bit of time creating custom thumbnails and testing out what works, because there is no high bar limit. Like even guys like Mr. Beast scrutinize their thumbnails all day long. And if they think one is underperforming, they'll immediately swap it out and they'll change it for something else, because it really is that important to make sure the packaging, the titles and thumbnails are really strong.
Yeah.
That's okay though. That's only one strike though, right? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, one strike. Let's spin this wheel again, see what else we're looking at. The joy of this game is you're never really out.
That's right.
Doug giving strong advice. Thumbs up, people.
Yeah,
we like
Doug's
to like
struggling too.
Featured link in the description. This is something that Dee and I talk about quite a bit. Now, there are 4 different places that you can actually recommend content to someone who's watching your video. The card, the end screen, a pinned comment, and a link in the description. And when we talk about a featured link in the description, we're hoping that you really don't just fill your description with all kinds of links, but absolutely make it clear that there's one specific place. If you look at the description, that's something they want me to click and go to next, whether that's another video, whether that's a website, maybe that might be an affiliate link. You might be selling something in your video and you're trying to get an Amazon link in there to make a little money. So we're looking for that really obvious link whenever possible. And if you have nothing, push them towards another video, because part of suggested traffic by definition from YouTube is links that are found in the descriptions of other videos. So absolutely something you don't want to overlook. Let me pull up that channel and let's see what we got going on over here. I'll go for something more recent. Let me see something more recent that got a few more views than others. This looks like it got 2 months ago, a few more views than the other one. So let me pull this open. Let me scroll down. Let me see if there is a link in the description. I don't see it above the show more. If you see here, there's a show more on your mobile device. What is it? Read more? Is that what they say?
Yeah, they keep changing things on us. I think it was read more the last time I looked.
Right. And it does. And I will say that the description layout keeps changing by device and over time. But one of the things, while they're still showing descriptions in a lot of places, think about getting a link in there. And as I go down, there's a breakdown of all these different things that you're using. My setup. Wow, man, this is the perfect place that you could have had affiliate links. You took the time to explain what your setup was, but you didn't even do anything like try to apply to Amazon Associates so that if someone liked it, you could have put a featured link up top that went, here's where you can buy the gear I'm using, and that could have been a featured link, and then you could have broke that down underneath if you felt like it. big, I think, big missed opportunity. Oh, there is one affiliate link, but it's all the way down at the bottom, and it's an improper link. So if I click this, it's not, it's a broken link, as you can see. So that link isn't even optimized well.
It's because of the question mark.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give everybody a heads up right now. If you have affiliate links in your description, go check those links, because something happened to YouTube a couple of months ago where affiliate links that have a question mark in them, they're breaking after the question mark. This is a common thing that's happening across the platform. I don't know if it's happening to everyone, but I've seen a ton of channels. It happened to me. I believe it happened to you too, Daniel.
So make sure that you're getting up-to-date links that are working on the platform. I had to stop using some of the links that from Sweetwater, because Sweetwater's link shortener wasn't showing up as a clickable link. I have to talk to them about figuring out what we can do. They had changes on the platform. So yeah, that's one of those things. I don't really see a featured link. You have one link, it's way down the bottom. Unfortunately for me, that's going to be a second strike.
Oh, I need to hit that one too. There we go.
Who did that? Who used to do that down there? It was one of those wrestlers with the X's. Ah, well, that's how good my memory is. We're going to get in trouble
That
here
one?
today, I guarantee.
It was that one, wasn't it? That was the Rocks, wasn't it?
Was it? Did the one of those?
Jabroni? I don't
can't
know.
remember. Someone tell me.
wrestler.
All right, listen, let's throw another word into this chat if we haven't already, and give them something to write in there so that we can pull some from the chat. Please write the word playlist in the chat exactly as you see it, and we will pull someone up next. What?
He had a free spin, didn't he?
Please write that word in there anyway and leave that there. We've gotten ahead of the game. We're going to use that free spin.
Look at you. Who's looking out for you? Who's looking out for you today?
You know, the sleepy guy's the one who remembers these things. All right, we get another spin. Let's go for it.
I got you, man. I got you, Night Train.
Free spin. Sorry about that, man. I wasn't trying to throw you under the bus like that. Boy, if it came up with eliminated. Well, here we go.
I'm the only one. There's 196 people here plus those two.
All right, if you've already typed the word playlist into the chat, don't worry. It's in there. It's good. You don't have to do it again. But right now, could you guys who have already typed the word playlist, could you take the time to choose something that you see on the wheel here, or something that we haven't done yet that we might want to look at this channel, because it is your choice. Wouldn't that be funny if they all just said playlist?
Right.
Just look at the playlist.
Choose the playlist.
Kill two birds with one stone.
What's it going
Anything in here. Anything you see. Eliminated. Really nice, Ahmed. Really nice. Goes right for eliminated. Yep. Advanced. See, we've got eliminated. We've got advanced. I'm seeing chapters, titles, chapters, host choice. I like host choice. Throw it back to you. We're not deciding. You guys figure it out. Eliminated. I've seen chapters a few times. I've seen chapters about 6 times. I'm gonna go. It looks like they're saying chapters. So why don't we take a look and see if there's if there's any chapters in here, because it is a free spin. So maybe there's some chapters in here. Let's go back. Let me go back and let's try to find something that would make sense for chapters. Something that's a longer video, if it makes sense. We always say this. Sometimes it doesn't make sense for a channel, and we won't hold you up to chapters if it doesn't seem to make sense. My best man's wedding. Boy, that seems like it should be chaptered. 30 minutes long, going through all the parts. You know, shouldn't that have like the ceremony, the after, the reception? So that you would think that would want to be maybe chaptered. Anything else in here? I'm going for it. If I was going to chapter one, it would be either that or it would be family gathering part 1. But I'm going to go with the wedding one. Let's see if he's used any chapters in here. I do not see chapters along the timeline, and I do not see them. There's all that gear again with the broken link. It looks like he's got sort of like the identical description he puts in there either time. So, unfortunately, that free spin didn't quite work out this time. Sorry to hear that, my friend. Night Train FPV. Well, listen, you can still keep playing with us, which means anytime you see that something up here like playlist, put that word. It doesn't mean that you can't get pulled up again. This game is fast moving, and we've seen people come back more than once. So get in there, put that in there, and we will spin the wheel. What are we at, 110 already? All right. You ready to spin this thing?
Let's go. Geraldo?
All right. See how many names I can read along the way. White Cloud Tarot. White Cloud.
I love it.
Tarot. Okay.
I love it. So I saw somebody ask, well, you're pulling up that channel.
Yes.
This channel says, how do we fix the broken link? I have one also. If you're talking about the broken link because of the question mark, as far as I know, there's currently not a way to fix it. This is a problem on YouTube's end. What you could do is get a link shortener, Bitly or something like that, or you could have Genius, something like that, where you actually put the link into that and you put that into your description. But beyond that, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
If anyone in the chat knows how to fix that, knock yourself out.
I don't know the correction point either, but that's what I've been doing for links that don't work. Is I use like sort of an approved Bitly seems to be the one that doesn't cause problems on YouTube. So I'll put it through a Bitly shortener. So this is the channel White Cloud Tarot. I'm not going to look at anything. I'm going to pull up the wheel and let the wheel tell us what we're going to take a peek at. Let's go. White Cloud Tarot. Let's see, what do we have? Featured content. Dee, could you tell the people here in the chat and in the replay what we mean by featured content and why it might be important to trying to grow your channel more rapidly?
I always feel like when we get to featured content, it's best to show an example of featured content.
I won't even go to their homepage yet.
Because that's kind of a tricky thing to try to make someone visualize.
Sure. How you doing? Let's put you on the spot. Are you using featured content?
Holy moly.
Oh, let's see.
Oh, dear.
Let's see. I am subscribed to your channel, and sometimes they don't always. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm going to do something here. I'm going to unsubscribe. I
actually do. You should be seeing one right now.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes it doesn't always populate. And here we are. Here's a great example. For someone who is not subscribed to this channel, I come to Dee's channel, and it is all about mastering my mobile. And right here, he has a specific featured piece of content for someone who is not subscribed to the channel. And that video is live streamed with your phone, Streamyard mobile. Really, really smart piece of content that talks about exactly what the channel's about, doing something with your mobile device, creating content with your mobile device. Really smart. So there you go. Hold on. I have to resubscribe.
Yeah, so this is a featured content. Now, YouTube calls this an area for a trailer. We don't like that. We like to think of this as a good place because you can put two different videos here, one for people who have not subscribed and one for people who have subscribed. So you need to think about what those viewers might be interested in and put the right one there. Or you can put something that converts the most, a video that brings in the most subscribers, the most watch time, depending on what your goals are, or a video that makes you a lot of money, either through AdSense or affiliate revenue.
So let's go to the home page of this channel. And unfortunately, I am not subscribed and I do not see any featured content here. That is a first strike, my friend. It's okay. You just put a big X over a baby. I hope you feel good about yourself, Mr. Nimmin.
I've done worse.
I hope not.
I ended up in a Tijuana prison.
Let's talk about that prison sentence again.
Yeah.
Let's spin the wheel before we get ourselves in trouble. All right, the next thing we're going to look at here today is chapters. Chapters already came up, but I don't know that we actually talked about it. It was something that the chat talked about. Can you quickly tell people, Dee, what we mean by chapters and where they might be effective and why they can help grow a channel?
Sure. When we're talking about chapters, a lot of people know them as timestamps. It's where you go in and you put the actual time in specific parts of the video that could be of interest to the viewer. So if you have a video that has specific parts that make sense where the viewer can say, this part is one section, this part is another section, you can write that time code down and put some little title for it. Let them know what's actually there, something very descriptive, so the viewers can find what it is they're looking for faster. And YouTube is also adding these automatically for some channels. And I don't know what the threshold is to get those or why they're choosing some and not others. Do you? Have you heard anything about that?
No, I don't. I honestly don't know the specifics if certain content tends to lead to it. I think part of that is when they know certain things or when they can connect the idea of people using things that seem to be mentioned as search queries. I don't know for certain, but it feels like when they can find something that seems to be talked about or conversationally or something that might be a search query and they can make that connection, they seem to do that the same way Google tends to do with key moments. They seem to know in a video, oh, this video talks about this. This is something people are interested in. We're going to separate that portion and get them right to it. Now, here becomes the question, Dee, because we talk about this all the time. Do you think that a tarot channel could effectively use chapters, and should we hold them to that?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm not the target audience. I am not an expert in that particular niche, but just what I do know, that doesn't seem like something, I mean, maybe one or two, possibly.
You know, I would think something like Intuition 6. Are you intuitive? Test and build your psychic abilities. Test and build your psychic abilities, like one of those. If it was something like where you're doing sections where you're testing and trying to build or test and find out and build your psychic abilities, you would think parts of that it'd be different things that they could do. But I don't know off the top of my head. So this one doesn't scream to me.
Her if she doesn't, yeah.
I'm going to leave this one. I'm going to quickly look and see if there are chapters just to give credit. I'm not seeing them, but I don't know that this absolutely would apply to that. So that's one of those things, you know, sometimes we run into channels just like here. If this had been pinned comments, she's got her comments turned off for whatever reason.
She's marked for kids. She's marked as kids content. So this is something you might want to look into. I don't know if you did this intentionally or not. Can you check on another video?
Yeah, let's hope that's...
So as we upload videos, YouTube is going to ask you, unless they've automatically done that for you, which would be really weird for this type of channel.
Yeah,
but they're going to ask you if the content is made for children. And a lot of people make the mistake because they think, well, kids might be watching my video. That's not what they mean. What they mean is if your video is specifically made for children, which I don't believe yours is. Like if these were Sesame Street cards, maybe. But the way you're doing it right now, I don't believe that you're making content specifically for children.
Yeah,
so
you know what I would do? This is either YouTube labeled it incorrectly, or you may have accidentally ticked the box that said, thinking, oh no, it's kids safe, and that's not what they mean. They mean, is it specifically made for children 13 or under as the target audience? So what I would tell you, my friend, is, yeah, see, we found something there. Go. So on this particular video here, which is the Intuition 6, Are You Intuitive? Go in, and I would change the setting to not made for kids. Or if YouTube keeps pushing it back, then just appeal it, and you'll have to keep changing it back. They may have done it permanently, but that's a very rare thing. They usually only do that when they're going to take a whole channel and do that. But I would go back in and change that setting.
Yeah. And aren't you glad you showed up today? So here's the thing. So you're marked for children, right? So you're not going to be able to comment. I believe in terms of recommendations and stuff, I think you've kind of handicapped your videos.
Yeah. There'll be no comments. There'll be no end screens. There'll be no cards. So the only place left to do anything is in the description when it's marked for kids as kids TV. So yeah, tricky one there. Make sure you switch that one back.
Yeah. So
but I'm not going to hold her to chapters, right? I don't think this doesn't feel like chapters either way. Why don't we, what do you want to do? Do you want to give her a pass, or do you want to give her, what are we going to do? Just move on to another thing?
Let's do this. Let's give her a pass and move her forward. And so she can go on right now and start fixing that, because that's an important thing. And let's pull up another, let's just move her. Let's advance her.
Oh, period? That's it? One shot? All right, let's just move you forward.
One shot, advance her, because this to me is like a critical thing that's got messed up. So I'm just like, hey, go fix that.
Okay.
As much as I want you to hang out with us.
We're going to put you right into the winner's circle.
Yes.
Because that's what we can do.
Yeah, that's right. And we're going to pull somebody else up. So go ahead and type in comments right now. And while comments is being typed in, I'm going to answer a couple of questions. This one came up from Carrie. It says, I've heard people worry about using chapters, thinking people will not view the whole video. Thoughts? That's definitely one way to look at it, and I see some people are very concerned about that. On the other hand, YouTube is really big on viewer satisfaction. And you have to think about what makes the best viewer experience for the person who's come to watch your video. So technically, they might not watch all of your video, but if it's a better viewer experience, they're like, hey, I love Carrie's channel because she's got chapters, and they keep coming back to watch your videos because they can quickly get what they need. That's probably going to play out to your benefit long term.
Yeah, and I think that's a fair question. I think in some circumstances, if you're trying to force chapters into something that doesn't make a lot of sense, but I've heard those same conversations about things like, well, you know, I won't use ads because I won't use ads, run ads because then people won't watch my video because they don't like ads. I won't use cards because someone will click the card and leave before the end of the video. They have all these crazy ideas of what's going to destroy the potential reach of that video. And the reality is, you want people engaging. You want them clicking chapters. You want them clicking cards. You want them jumping around. That's called engagement. That's viewer behavior. That's exactly what YouTube loves. So someone who looked at your video and went, God, it's 27 minutes long. I'm not watching that. But you had provided chapters, and you could go, oh, I can skip. I can just get right to the thing that I was really interested in. You're winning people over. And people who wanted to watch the whole video, you know, it's not like people who really wanted to read a whole book go, oh, it has chapters. I'm only going to read chapter 3, 7, and 9. That doesn't really happen. People who really want to read the whole book or watch your whole video are going to do it. It just expands the potential to reach even more people because they help with discovery.
And Everything he said was just spot on. And look, YouTube's going to put them in anyway. I mean, they're not necessarily going to put them in all of your videos, but they have been injecting them anyway. And if you go over to Google, if you get videos ranking on Google, they're chaptering them anyway.
Yeah.
So
and you can by default to chapters, but you can turn the auto chaptering off if you really, really are dead set against it. But because of the nature, like Dee said, that Google is starting to use a lot of key moments, we're seeing a lot of great videos being surfaced on the top of Google search because they really like answer a question or provide value around a specific conversation. If Google is already leading that pack and people are using it, anything that helps people find our videos, I think is a win. If you get so big and you actually have data that you go, I'm driving millions of views and I'm comparing similar linked videos on similar topics, and I found the data says when I don't chapter, those videos seem to do a little bit better than when I do, then use that data to make a data-driven decision, not some rhetoric or hyperbole that you heard as a rumor from someone. I heard someone. Let your own intuition and instincts be the guide about what you should do in terms of using YouTube features.
And chapters, I've seen this pop up a couple of times, but it hasn't been anything consistent yet. Chapters will also, they should start happening soon. We've been waiting for it for a while. Start actually coming up through being recommended to you through search. So when you search for something, they're going to be pulling chapters out of your video as a search result. I've seen that happen a couple times and it kind of went away. So I know they're testing it. So
yeah, very cool. All right, it's time to spin this thing.
Yeah,
112.
Let's
do it.
Ooh, let's go.
A lot of yapping.
We just kind of yapped on chapters there.
Talking. We should have to make chapters on the chapters section we just talked about.
Chapters on chapters.
New England Thrifter. Now, I'm feeling at home right now with this channel right now. Speaks to me. Speaks to me.
Speaks to you.
Yes, I am a New England child myself.
All right, well, Daniel pulls up your channel. 10 Quotes channel says, how do I enter to review competition? It's really easy. We put a word up on the screen, and you just type the word into the chat. That's it. And then our Streamyard giveaway tool, which is a streamyard.com/giveaway. If you're a Streamyard user, it randomizes and it goes through and it looks at everyone who typed in the word and it automatically pulls up a winner.
100%. And you only have to type it in once. Don't feel like you have to type it in a million times. That does not improve your chances of being picked. One time, just type it exactly as you see it. You're good to go. So here's the channel, but we're not going to do anything. We have this lovely wheel that we're going to spin that is getting a little slimmer now that some of these slices have been eliminated, but it's going to decide what we're going to look at. I'd like to give away some merch today. I hope the free merch thing comes up. Clear channel name. Clear channel name, D. You know, do I even have to spend any time here? New England Thrifter. Yeah. I'm guessing I know exactly what this channel is, where they're doing, what they're doing, and where they're doing it. I think that's a hit right out of the bat. Well done, my friend. Great channel. This is one of those things. Can I tell a quick story? I promise to be fast.
Yeah. Nope, go for it.
I had a comment on my channel this week. And you guys who know me, I've been working on trying to learn some piano, get my piano chops up. There was someone who left a comment on one of my videos, and the name of the channel was Boogie Woogie Blues and Classical Piano. I answered the question, immediately went to the channel, looked at it, saw they had great tutorials, and subscribed right away and told them, like, I just subscribed to your channel based on your name alone. I hadn't seen the channel before. I was unaware of it, but the channel name was so clear and spoke to me, I was in right away. It spoke to the things that relate to my interests. So a clear channel name can make all the difference in a variety of ways. So think about that when you're creating your channel name.
100%. And that's a great story, too. I've done the same thing before. A channel name will get my attention. If you know, it's one of those things too where you don't want to be too clever. You don't want to be so clever where people don't get it.
Right.
Because they'll gloss right over it.
And it's not true with every single thing. I get that a lot. People will say to me like, well, what am I supposed to learn from your channel name or Dee's channel name? It was a branding play. We decided we wanted the things that we talk about to be associated with our names and vice versa. But if you're going to choose a brand name that isn't your physical actual name, then make sure you don't name your channel something that's really hard to understand and doesn't make sense for the content. We see that a lot too. It's like I'll see people who have a channel about something really straightforward, but they're like, oh, that's a nickname someone called me in high school and I used it as an Instagram name, so I called my channel at Verizon Slider 66, you know, whatever. It's like, it's very hard to understand what that's about. So if you're going to do something that isn't your name, think about the branding play.
Federal Prison Talk says, how can I use the feature game show on my channel? So this is a StreamYard feature. I don't know if you came over here from Nick's channel or you came over from Daniel's or from mine, or you're from the StreamYard channel. But if you're a StreamYard user and you're doing live streams, you just go to streamyard.com/giveaway. StreamYard.com/giveaway.
And that tool is completely free to use. That's one of those great things that StreamYard gives away. They do such a great job of making a lot of this stuff available to people without making you pay for it. You can even start streaming today using StreamYard for up to 20 hours a month. And you can get in there and start making live streams that look like this. And then if you're interested, they actually have pro-level features that allow you to do a little bit more. Some of the recording features they've been coming up with. So the ability to invite more guests on. All of that stuff has to happen, custom overlays. But if you're interested in trying StreamYard, and we thank them for letting us do this on their channel every month, there are links down below in the description after the show. Check it out. If you're interested in trying it, if you've been thinking about streaming or you are streaming and you want to make it a little simpler, definitely give StreamYard a look.
So Ed's in here says, I know Dee didn't understand my channel name until he heard me say something in a short. I'm not a smart man. I don't know what to say, Ed. I'm not a smart man. I don't know. Like when it clicked, I was like, "Oh, why didn't I catch that?"
I think I was there I think I remember one day you were like, "Oh, that's what that means." Yeah.
I can't catch them all, man. Can't catch them all. All right.
Let's do this though. Let me pull up. So that's one hit right off the bat. Let's pull up the wheel.
Spin it.
And let's hope that we don't get eliminated here because that was a great channel name on this one.
Yeah.
Go and here we go. Come on, get past that. No, please tell me I didn't jinx her.
Oh no.
Go. That's it.
Win some, you lose some.
The wheel is harsh. The wheel giveth. The wheel taketh.
The wheel taketh away.
The good news is we've gotten rid of the eliminated slice on the wheel.
Petty Talks TV says, "What are you using for the roulette, not the giveaway tool?"
Oh, that's actually that is actually an app that is called. I'll have to get it. Ask in the comments afterwards, and I'll make sure I reply to it. There's an actual link. I can give you the link to the App Store. It's a paid app, and it's called. I think it's called Classroom Roulette, but it's a very specific one, and you can customize the wheels for it and make that. I'll put that link somewhere. Come back and ask the question in the comments, and I'll make sure I get you the download link for iOS, and I believe it's also on Android.
Perfect. Watch time is the next word to type in with no space. And while you're typing that in, we have a question here. It says, clear channel name versus creating a brand like Nike. You just have to be luck. I mean, that's a play that you have to do. If you're creating a brand, you're going to be throwing advertising behind that. You're going to be spending some money for awareness. That's a little bit of a different situation. But we're talking about clear channel name. If you're just like, hey, I'm just trying to grow a YouTube channel. Yeah. If you're growing a brand and you're building a legit business, you're going to have products to sell, XYZ, possibly some sort of a shop, even if it's an online shop, that's a little bit different. You're going to be handling that differently than just growing a YouTube channel.
Yeah, and feel free to use that exact advice that you just gave yourself, like Nike. That's a product. So if you have a channel that's based around a product, then yes, it would probably make sense to have that product somewhere in the channel name. But if you're just making a channel and you do not have a product, the product is your content, then it doesn't make a lot of sense to name it something weird that people don't understand.
Right.
We've got 101 people already entered. A lot of people typing. 102. You tell me when we're ready to roll. I got Geraldo over there kind of licking his chops. He's ready to go.
Give me 1 second. It's sticking again.
Why is it sticking?
It's not. It's my browser. Man.
Do you have a sticky browser?
I do have a sticky browser.
Those
of you who live stream know what's going on. Like, if it can happen, it will happen. And I had updated everything, and then right before we were getting ready to go live, or right before I actually opened up Streamyard to go live, Chrome forced me, and it was like relaunch. And I was like, oh, come on. And now some of my browsers are sticking. All right, here we go. Ready?
Ready.
Go.
You might want to clear your browser history. That might make it less sticky.
Oh, that's how I ended up in a Mexican prison.
Robbins, buys, and DIYs.
Just kidding. Listen, I've never been in prison. Just as, but we're joking.
This is all just humor, people.
Yeah.
How come they don't have a show on StreamYard anymore? We were kidding. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Don't take us seriously. Yeah. Robbins, buys, and DIYs. Let me find Robin's channel.
Congratulations, Robin.
Okay,
that wheel's getting thin, though.
Very thin. It's very thin. It only has 5 slices left. But let's pull that wheel up one more time and let's let that wheel decide what we're going to look at. Let's hope the wheel doesn't get sticky. Consistent uploads. This is one we haven't had yet today. Dee, can you tell people in the chat and in the replay what we mean by consistent uploads and why that might be important to growing a channel?
Yep, when we're talking about consistent uploads, we're not talking about Monday at 5 o'clock, Tuesday at 5 o'clock. We're talking about just some sort of a pattern. Maybe you're uploading once a week. Maybe you're uploading every 2 weeks, with some sort of consistency that works for your channel. Not necessarily on this day at this time.
Okay, so we got one that's about a day ago. We got one 5 days ago, another one 5 days ago, another one 6 days ago, 7 days ago, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, another one a month ago, a month ago, a month ago. You know, there's probably a little inconsistency in the spacing of publishing, but I got to tell you, like, it seems like every week or so, you know, there's a missed week here and there. In general, it looks like there's been a lot of content put up there. Oh, so many prison jokes. I'm wondering whether it's satire based on reality. Just kidding.
Oh, okay.
What do you think?
I dig it.
You think it looks pretty consistent, right? Month, 2 months.
She's
I'm seeing in general, there's a fairly consistent pattern of putting up content here.
Check her shorts.
I like it. I think that's a win right there.
She's uploading shorts too.
Yeah, it's true. So some of the shorts sometimes throw that up. So there's the shorts. I gotta remember to do that. They have separate tabs now, so I forget that that's now here. We have we do. I forget that that's a thing. Then we have the lives. They got the live streams, which is 9 days ago, 12 days ago.
She's grinding it out, man.
She's doing it. All right, I got no complaints.
That's a win.
So let's pull that wheel up. That's the first hit. All you need is one more, and you'll be moving on to the final round, my friend. Let's pull that wheel up and see what we're going to look at next. Robin making sure that she's being consistent, unlike much like our prison jokes, very consistent.
That's right.
Okay, pinned comment. Have we talked about this one yet, Dee?
No. No, we haven't.
I don't think we have. Could you tell the people here and in the replay what we mean by pinned comment and why it might be helpful for growing your channel more rapidly?
Absolutely. Pinned comment is just like a card, and it's just like an end screen. It's just like a link in your description, where it's another opportunity to lead the viewer to watch another video, lead them into a playlist, or you can link out to something, link out to an affiliate product that you're trying to sell, or your course, or drive them into your email list, etc. It needs to be an intentional link in your pinned comment. Now, if you're trying to grow your YouTube channel, we want to see links to a relevant YouTube video to the one they just watched, or relevant playlist.
Yeah. Here's one right here, right inside of this video, from the quick and easy winter-themed tier tray deck decor. If you go down, the pinned video, one single right at the top, easy crafts for Christmas you can make. So not only is it a pinned comment, but it's relevant to the thing that this video is about. Better chance of getting someone who is watching the winter-themed tier tray decor to maybe watch this video about easy crafts for Christmas. So that is a total win. That is a hit, my friend, and you're going to be moving on to the final round. Well done, Robin.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
so that being said, ladies and gentlemen, do you know what time it is? Does anybody know? Mr. Batal, any idea what time it is?
I do have a guess. Is it potentially, I'm just going to guess here, but is it potentially...
sudden death?
No, this one.
Sudden death. Sudden death.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for sudden death. Those of you who have never been here during sudden death, previously, you could have, what were we doing, the best 2 out of 3? Is that what we were doing?
We were doing best out of 2 out of 3. Now we're going to reduce it down to you get one shot. We spin the wheel, whatever it says, either you're using that best practice or you're not.
That's right. Everything moves faster here. We put the word up for last time. You get one chance. Everything's going to move really, really quickly now. You ready?
Now, hold on one second. I just got to get Robin's name into the winner's circle here, or I will forget to do so. I want to make sure that we don't. These long names take me longer to type in here, so that's one of my problems. And D.
Let's go. It's sudden death, ladies and gentlemen. You get one shot. One shot, and you either advance or you're eliminated.
All right, let's spin that thing.
Let's go. Ready? Rado? Let's go.
Sunshine, Baubles, and Bling. Now, I think we've seen this channel before, if my recollection isn't as bad as usually is. I think we've actually looked at this one before. So whatever we're looking at here I expect greatness. I expect some of the lessons you may have learned here before from being here and having fun on the game show that will be applied now if it may have been something you weren't doing before. So let me pull that up. Sunshine, baubles, and bling. I think that was right. Did I spell that right? I'll tell you.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Does sound familiar. Sunshine, baubles.
Did you reset the wheel?
I did not.
Would reset the wheel.
Question becomes, would you like me to reset the wheel?
Ooh, yes. I would like you to reset the wheel.
Okay, I shall reset the wheel.
Excellent.
Okay, let me see.
So Sunshine has been on here before. They say I was eliminated on the first go.
When in the sudden death round, that happens frequently.
Yes.
But let's hope that's not true. So what I'm going to do is I've got the channel up. I'm going to keep in mind that there are definitely a lot of shorts on this channel. So let's keep that in mind when we're referencing best practices.
Yeah.
So if something the wheel pulls up that doesn't really speak to shorts really well, we'll keep that in mind and hopefully give you the best chance of being able to have success here. So let's spin the wheel and see what we're looking at.
Hey, Kathy, how you doing? Long time no see.
Sudden death. I got to learn how to do that better.
Sudden death.
There it is.
Cards. Well, that's a tricky one. You can put cards in some shorts. I'm going to pull up the channel quickly, D. Let me just see if there is some longer form content because shorts is kind of featured. Yeah, there's longer form content here. I'm seeing some good ones. Good. So I'm looking for something that's recent, that has a decent amount of views to it for her channel. I'm seeing 1.1. That's over 1,000 views 2 months ago. If anyone was going to have a card on it, I think that one should have it. And I am, unfortunately, my friend.
You don't see it?
Wait, I'm going to be kind. I'm going to say, listen, I don't want to see someone who got tossed away last time. Let me go with a more recent video. Let me see if something else potentially has a card.
Kind. You're kind.
I am not seeing a card, unfortunately.
Game over.
Well, I can say you're consistent. Every time we pull you up, we knock you back out. Really think about that, especially with your longer form content. Get a card up there. YouTube's going to go ahead and they're going to recommend content in the sidebar as up next and at the end of the video. Get ahead of that. Recommend some of your own content. It can really change the game if people start clicking all those things.
Now, I'm going to address this really quick. Where did it go? Hold on, let me back up here. Somebody just asked what a card was. Okay, so you might be new to the stream. What I want you to do is you can go back and watch. So we have all the different slices on the spinning wheel. And as we land on each one, clear thumbnails, optimize titles, playlists, etc., cards, and screens, we actually talk about what each one of them is. So you can go back and watch that. Once we move into sudden death, we don't actually explain things anymore. Yeah,
you know it, or you know
it. Yeah, exactly. You know what.
But that's absolutely something. Anything on here that you have questions about, don't be afraid to ask in the comments section after. And don't be afraid to roll back and watch again, ask in comments, or get out there and start investigating yourself and look up on YouTube support. What is this? Should I be using it? I heard them talking about it. Think about these things.
Yeah, we will be available in the comments when this is over, and the stream will be available for replay, so you can come back and watch any part that you want.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, the word Streamyard. Has everyone got that typed in? Do we feel good about this? 96 people?
Let's go.
Let's go. 97. We got a last-minute sneaker inner. Sneaker inner. That's real words. That's English.
And we're both very active on Twitter as well, if anybody has questions. It's our names.
Currently, one of us has a blue check mark. One of us doesn't. One of us is too cheap to put the $8 out there.
Oh, you didn't get yours for free?
No, I didn't. Winner, Grumpy Garden Gnome. Let me see. I think Nick didn't have a check mark for a long time, right? Yeah, I think you had one before Nick did.
Yeah, I literally got it just by chance, like the moment it was available. Like I was like right on it.
Wow.
Yeah, right away.
Let's see. I think I read something that they're still allowing you to try to go get them on iOS, but it is a horror show.
No, they paused it. They paused it.
They said they paused everything, but I looked today and it looked like it was saying maybe iOS they'll still let you. I don't know. I don't know. It's a horror show. Let's not get off track here. Here's Grumpy Garden Gnome.
They're moving the stock market on that stuff. Crazy.
It's crazy. Elon Musk keeping everybody on their toes.
Guilty. Confession time.
Yep.
I'm addicted to Twitter right now. It's just like watching my prediction.
It's like a train wreck.
Yeah, my prediction is this: he is either going to completely destroy it, or it's going to end up the most awesome platform that we all can't get away from. One or the other.
Let's spin the wheel and find out.
Let's go. Yeah, spin the wheel, find it. Yeah, I don't know which way it's going to go. It's going to get ruined or it's going to be amazing. One or the other.
That's very polar opposite.
Yeah.
What just happened there? Let's do that one. Sometimes I can't hit all the buttons at the same time while Geraldo's playing those timpanis so loud. Okay, host choice. No, this was optimized playlist. I'm sorry. Optimized playlist. Answer that question right there, D.
When are you doing this game again? We do this here on the Streamyard channel the second Saturday of every month. The second Saturday of every month.
Okay, I am being very careful because I don't know exactly what this all means on this channel. We're looking for optimized playlists, and I will say this, D, that there are absolutely, there are titles. There are last challenge creator. I don't know what an F-off is. I don't think that they're trying to insult everybody. I think it's something that I'm missing.
Well, they've got what's that one? Creator
F-off challenge. Is there something I'm missing that's part of the niche specific?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I mean,
they almost all say F-off, yeah.
All right, so here's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. It's not optimized in regards to reaching a larger audience. So if you're like, hey, I'm just not growing. I'm stuck in the mud. I'm not building momentum. That sort of a thing, right? You're not reaching a larger audience with that. But you are putting the time to actually write the titles, which might mean something to your community, to your particular niche even.
Yeah.
Why don't we throw it to the Lions? We usually
what do you guys think when you're looking at these? I mean, there are playlist titles, there are descriptions, but do you think they're optimized for the viewer? Does anybody know this niche? And does anybody see it and go, absolutely? I mean, I know exactly what that F-off creator F-off is challenge. You guys decide.
Thumbs up, thumbs down, ladies and gentlemen.
And we'll only be taking answers from people who have a blue check mark who paid the $8 to be verified.
That's right. Yeah, so my whole thing with paying for that is because I'm curious to see, because the verified tweets are supposed to get priority.
Yeah, that's kind of silly. We'll see what happens.
It is
now
silly.
I gotta pay to have my tweets be seen by the people who.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I don't know how many followers I have. 5,000 or 6,000 followers on Twitter. I gotta pay for them to see them now. That seems awfully.
It's not that way yet, but it's supposed to be that way. If that stands, then yeah, I'll pay. If they don't do that, then I won't pay. I don't care about the check mark. All right, what do we have?
Okay, I'm seeing thumbs down, so confused. Intentional thumbs up, 3 thumbs down. I'm seeing more thumbs down than I'm seeing thumbs up.
All right, here we go. I'm calling it.
Game over.
I saw a lot of thumbs down myself.
Yeah, sorry. We don't like to see that happen to anybody, but it does happen sometimes. So if you've put the word verified into the chat, then we're going to spin this wheel in a second. We're going to move right on here. If you haven't, please type the word verified into the chat now if you'd like to keep playing. Even if you're the same channel, that Gnome Grumpy Garden Gnome channel, you type it into. Anyone who has played can continue to play and have a chance to be pulled up all over again. We don't have any elimination rules in that sense.
That's right.
So type that in, get it in there. Let's get your name in there. We'll give you another couple seconds to fill that up. Make sure you've had a chance to type it in. 89. You tell me when you want to spin. Geraldo's he's very relaxed right now.
All right, 96. Let's go. Geraldo.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. Skin that smoke wagon.
Skin that smoke wagon.
That's the sample I want. I want to sample Tombstone. That's what I want. Skin that smoke wagon.
Skin that smoke wagon. Look at that! Look at that, people. What did we just say?
Come on.
The wheel is rigged.
Come on. How is that even possible? Come on.
This is why we tell you that anything can happen in this game. The very same contestant doesn't even have to leave the stage.
This is rigged.
I told you, she paid the $8. We got to back her up.
I feel like flipping my desk or something. This is rigged. This is yeah.
Oh, this is redonkulous. Okay, let's do this.
Can we boycott or cancel or something? Come on.
Right.
That's right. Call rigged. Yeah.
Well, let's see what we're going to look at about this channel this time.
They're cheating.
Cheating. She's verified.
Yeah.
She gets pushed to the front of the line.
This is as crooked as the U.S. election.
featured content. We've talked about this. Let's pull the channel back up again and see if our friend, the Grumpy Garden Gnome, is using featured content. And guess what, D? Right here, I'm seeing featured content the minute I land on this channel.
Advance.
And that just goes to show you. That just goes to show you, number one, that this is rigged. Number two, that you're never down and out. You're never down and out. You never know when you're going to be able to come back and actually advance. Now you're in the final spin. You're moving on to the final spin.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, we don't have a ton of. I've got 4 people in the final wheel spin right now, so the odds of winning the whole game and getting some merch is actually really good right now. So, yeah, you're never out. You're never out until you're out. It ain't over till it's over. Or something like that. How did Yogi Berra say it? Something like that.
I don't know. Hold on here.
It ain't over till the fat lady says it's over.
Yep, I'm
We're trying to find the wheel again. Are we trying to find the giveaway tool? Not rigged. Yep. Not rigged. Right. Well, another big lie right here, folks. Definitely rigged.
That's right. Hashtag not rigged. Wink, wink. Holy cow. No, seriously, what are the odds of that? I would love to know the statistical odds of what just happened.
Right, because out of all the possible ones, even if there was about 100 people each spin, so even if it was just saying out of the first time she had a 1 in 100 chance of being pulled up, but then what are the chances of being pulled up on the second spin?
Yeah, right.
That's would be, I think technically it's at least 1 in 200, right? Because you have to include the original one. Chances of being pulled up twice, it starts getting really bad. So fantastic job. See,
but here's the question: how many times does it rotate them through the spinner?
I don't know.
Because that's a whole other, those are all new layers of
Does any portion of this look like mathematician to you? Is that what this screams?
If there's anyone watching who can figure this out, leave us a comment after this video has.
Please, yes. Statistical analytics, they're not our strong point.
After this is turned into a video, yeah. All right. You ready, Geraldo?
We're ready. Let's do this thing.
Let's do it. If that channel wins again, I'm ending the stream. I'm just hitting end broadcast. Okay, there we go. Congratulations, the creative lady.
The creative lady. All right.
There you go. Love the name. Love the name.
Love, great channel name. Okay.
Petty Talk TV says only once rotation. Well, here's the thing. I know visually, it's the visual aspect is not like an accurate representation of how many times it's actually going through it. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to ask Gage and Dan on that one. I don't know how it works.
Get the inside scoop on how many times it randomizes and flips around.
Yeah, I mean we've got like the phone number of the people who made it. We should probably call them right now.
Right now, we have time.
Live, we can call them right now. Get on here.
Put them on the air, and then yell out the phone number. Let me call Gage right now. 217. All right, so here's the channel. What we're going to do, I've got it up here. Let me pull up the wheel and decide what we're going to look at on the Creative Ladies channel. And it is end screens. We are going to look at end screens, which I believe we are talked about. If we have not, at the end of any video, you have the ability to feature a specific video at the very end of yours to push people towards another video, and it actually shows the thumbnail and title. So let me pull up something that looks like it's recent, has a decent amount of views that you definitely want to push towards. Here's one right here, a Sephora haul. Let's see, people watching Sephora sale. Boom. Let me just do this one. I'm going to scroll to the end. You know what I like about this already, D? As I'm scrolling through, and as I click right here, chapters, love that.
Right, look at that.
Seeing chapters,
okay,
right?
Now let's pause here just for a second. Now, if they didn't have the chapters there, that section would be full of other people's videos, potentially other people's videos, where they could actually leave her video and go off and watch another channel. But she has chapters. Now it's filled with her chapters. Yeah. Keep them watching, right? Keep them clicking.
Right.
Look at all that.
And she gets to talk about all the different things she found in the parts of her Sephora haul and where she was going and what she bought, which is really great. It's really, anyone who's interested in very specific things that she might have found at Sephora, they can find that information quickly. If they're like, I don't know if I want to sit through the entire 18 minutes. Oh, they go, but she talked about that. I want to watch that. Very, very cool. But the thing we're looking for is the very end of this video. Before the up next, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. There is an end screen that I'm going to scribble all over right there, pointing to another.
Advance.
cut you off, man. Sorry about that.
That's okay. About time
Now,
someone did.
So Subversive with Justin O'Donnell says, this question suffers the fallacy of irrelevant alternatives. Each spin is independent. And that, like, I'm just going to trust you on this one.
Yep.
Like, that sounds legit. It could be total misinformation. I have no idea, but it sounds legit.
Sure.
I'll believe you, man. Just throw that stuff up there and I'll follow you on that one.
I told you we don't argue math. We just nod.
That's
just
right.
like we did in high school. Yep.
I
Do you know the
just
answer?
nod.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
True or false? Yes.
Yes. It sounds impressive. I'm following you. All right.
Video. Please type the word video into the chat as you see it on screen here so that we can pull another contestant up here because we want to get as many of you up here to have a shot at winning some merch and learning a little bit about how to grow a YouTube channel along the way.
Oh, Pixelpia. Let me confess that Grumpy Garden Gnome is mine.
Pia?
Oh.
Pia.
Sneaking around, Pia.
I should have recognized her in the channel art. I didn't look close enough, but I remember
she in the channel art?
She was in the, I did see the person standing dressed up in costume, and I should have immediately recognized Pia because she's got a very recognizable face to me. I should have caught it.
All right.
Pia, we got some work to do on the second channel.
Let's go. Spin it.
Spin it. Beer Adam. Beer Adam. Because spaces don't matter.
Yeah. Beer Adam. I'm thinking beer drinking channel.
I think it's a beer drinking channel. I do wonder why Beer Adam doesn't have a space in his name. The official channel of, I would have said it was a drinking channel.
What is it?
Okay. I'm just going to circle that, and I'm going to let the wheel decide what to look at. But there's one of those things you want to think about. Sometimes gaming channels do the weirdest things. They do.
That's a gaming channel?
There's a remote up in the word beer. It looks like a PlayStation remote. Beer Adam.
On that. Beer Adam.
Beer Adam. Oh,
interesting.
Very interesting. Let's spin the wheel. See what we're going to look here on Beer Adam's channel. That's probably like some gamer name that he has. And a lot of times gamers bring their gamer name over, and they don't even use like spaces or anything. But like, that's my gamer tag, so that's what I use everywhere.
Mr. Beast 7000.
Okay, clear thumbnails on Mr. Beer Adam's channel. Let me pull the channel back up over here, and let's see if we can decide whether or not Beer Adam is using clear thumbnails. Let me go to the video tab where it's a little easier to see things. I have an idea here. You want to... Do you want to throw this one to the Lions? Because when it comes to gaming, sometimes I feel gamers have a better vibe on whether or not like that.
Yeah.
Why doesn't anyone ever say, hey, beer, Daniel? I thought that would have got me. I would have clicked on that. Beer, Daniel? I would have been absolutely love to have one. Let's do this. Okay, throw this out to the Lions. You guys in the chat, thumbs up, thumbs down. Do you think the thumbnails make it absolutely clear what these videos are about, who the target audience is, and why they would want to watch? Let me pull my old man microscope out here. I'll hold it. Some of that's a tough font there. Let me see. Trying to scroll over. You guys, thumbs up, thumbs down. Let me know what you think. If you definitely get what's happening here and why you would want to watch. There's a lot of arrows going on. Emoji, circles, arrows. I'm right there. Looks like a band. Oh, there's the Lions. I can hear them now. Still alive. Arrows. Laughing face. Is that a dab? Anyone? Let's see. We've got thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down. No, no, no. Thumbs down, no. No, no. Thumbs down, confused, down, no.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to say that's going to be a no from the Lions. The chat feels like it doesn't quite do what you want.
Game over.
Listen, sometimes with this kind of thing, it's people get with gaming especially. People like when you say, "Well, why aren't the thumbnails any good?" One of the things I'm going to say right off the bat, whether I'm into this type of game that you're playing or not, let me just some quick advice for people. When you're going to put text, remember that text is going to show up. Mostly, people are watching from a mobile device, so when you use a very small text in a color that's hard to read, and you use a font that almost look like script, it's very hard to read that when it's shrunken down. When you have arrows pointing everywhere, that you're drawing the viewer's eye all over the place. So whether or not I'm your target audience, drawing their eye every place in the world is probably a bad idea. Try to make it so their eye is pulled right to something. They get it. They go, oh, I know what this is. I want to watch. If that's something they'd be interested in. Just simple practices like that, my friend, Beer Adam, and anyone else who happens to be hanging out here. How's this working for you, D? Oh, I got to look at, hold on.
I'm just amazed at how many people are putting a D at the end of subscribe.
Does it, Megan's passed me a note. It says, does it matter that the next word subscribe is held for review? Oh, Megan, this is it. Subscribe is actually, are you in there clicking all the ones to unheld for review? The word subscribe is being blocked. Oh, good call, Megan. That's why we only have 25 because it's being held for review. Smart. This is why we have Megan running the show behind the scenes. Let's do this. Can we give them a different word? Because that's what's happening is the presets for filtering on the Streamyard channel. When people come in and go, subscribe to my channel, it automatically holds it for review. So the poor moderators are in there trying to click them all and allow them to pass through. Let's just give you another word, okay?
We're going to have a new word. How about sub for sub?
That should work fine. I don't think that would be held.
Don't do sub for sub ever. I was joking. All right. Yeah, putting a different word in. Let's do. I hope this one gets through. Now I'm like really nervous.
Now you're like, oh, it's going to be held for review.
Game show.
Game show. Why not? Game show. Okay, we're going to give you a little time here to think about that. So type the word game show exactly as you see it with no spaces into the chat.
I saw Doug saying something about that word's not going to work. And then I saw everybody just saying subscribe. And I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, on our side, we're seeing it. We're looking at the chat from inside of StreamYard. And it's not filtered. And Megan literally handed me a Post-it note like, hey, knucklehead, it's in pink. Read. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Must be important.
That's where that in-ear monitor for Megan would come in handy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We need her to have that voiceover.
Dummy, that's not going to work, right?
Listen, we told you. This is just if this whole show is held together by a hope, scotch tape, and spit. So we're doing our best to hold it together.
And a duck.
And a duck.
All right. Ready?
Yeah, we got over 100. Everybody ready? Get it in there. We're going to give you the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Let's spin it. Thank you to the moderators for doing such a great job. We really appreciate it. I want to know.
I want to know.
I want to know.
I want to know. I hope this is a channel. I really desperately hope this is a channel where they ask important questions and then answer them.
That would be cool. I want to know. Let me type channel. Let me see. I want to. Could you pull that back up? Do we still have it on screen as the winner so I can see the avatar of the channel? Yep. It literally says I want to know in red text. There it is right there because there's a bunch called I want to know. I'm going to start combining channel names. So I'm going to be like, I want to know where's my beer, Adam, and things like that. I'm going to just put the channel names together.
I want to know where's my beer.
Sorry. Oh my goodness. Been a long day. I want to know. I have the channel. Let's pull up the wheel again. Can you share that over? Let's spin this and see what we're going to look at. Because you know what? When it comes to looking at this channel, and I don't know what thing we're going to look at, I want to know. Come on, wheel. This is a tricky one. Clear channel name. Very clear in the sense of what you thought it was, D, right? I want to know, right?
What's the channel about?
So let's go
It's going to have to matter with the context, right?
Let's go to the About tab, and I'm going to read this to you, D, and you tell me if you think this channel name makes absolute sense for what you think it might be. Welcome to the No Zone, Space, Science, and Society, Monsters, Myth, and Magic. You want to know? I want to know. Currently looking at the Arctic home of the Vedas, top American mysteries, the secret arts, advanced civilization, and the chronicles of mankind. So it sounds like it is kind of a science and space sort of a factual-based channel that really does kind of what you talked about. It answers questions about a very specific topic.
Advance.
Do you concur?
I totally concur.
Okay.
Because if we had not let them go through, you know what they would have said? I want to know why. They would have changed the channel name.
I want to know why I did not advance. So I saw some people asking questions about the subscribe thing. So everyone with a YouTube channel, you have a section inside of YouTube Studio on the desktop where you can add words to filter. And that works for your comments. That works for live streams. It can be offensive words. It can be racist words. It can be political words. It can be whatever you want. Words that you do not want to show up in your comments in your live stream. Links. Yeah. Links, spam comments, that sort of thing. I'd say it catches probably 99.9% of them.
Yeah. And it's really great, not only for, it's the same thing you'd use to make sure that some of the comments are filtered so stuff doesn't just randomly show up there. I filter stuff like WhatsApp and things like that when people try to spam me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but it also does the same sort of filtering when you have a live chat going on.
Yeah.
The duck. You need to type this in, folks. The duck.
Show them the duck. Show them the duck that will be available to the person who wins.
I don't know where the duck went.
Did you throw the duck?
I kind of duck went over my shoulder.
Oh, no.
Wait a minute. He's up on the shelf. I got another duck.
You got how many ducks do you have? I have no ducks.
That is the duck.
You have two ducks. I have no ducks.
This is the duck. This is Puddles. His name is Puddles. Or her name is Puddles. Boy, that was very sexist. I went right for him.
That's right.
Its name is Puddles.
Its name.
Duck. Stuffed duck. I have another one too. I have one on my piano. You can't quite see from here. That's not a stuffed one. It's like a rubber ducky.
How many ducks do you have?
I have two of these. And then I have there's a hard like a bathtub rubber ducky that's also Puddles. That's like a plastic one that floats in the tub.
Is it a Streamyard duck? Is it like an official?
Official
Really?
Streamyard. Yep.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
They have some cool stuff. Still my favorite. I'm with you. I love their hoodies. The hoodies are fantastic, and I love the coffee mugs because they're so big. This is like my favorite cup for like just drinking water, drinking coffee, drinking whiskey. Drinking water. It's really good for that.
Yep.
Okay, how many people do we have in here to have typed in the duck? We got 95 people have typed the word the duck in. Are you ready to spin this thing?
Hold on. We just got some, that is a male mallard duck.
See, this is why we have Stephen Walters around. So this is a male. So this would be a male. I was right when I said that. And a female would be, what, the coloration would be different, Steve?
Yeah, I'm guessing you can identify by the characteristics there.
There we go. See? I want to know. Now we do. Is your browser unfrozen?
Yep.
Ready? Shall we spin the duck?
Spin it.
Let's do it. See, you learn all kinds of things here in the Streamyard live stream show that we have going on. Right. We learn so much about everything. Genealogy with Amy Johnson Crow.
She's been on here twice before, I think.
Absolutely. She absolutely has been here before. So if anyone should have their best practices in check, it should be our friend Amy Johnson Crow. This is one of the great things, too. If you come here more frequently, the odds of you being chosen and being chosen more than once over the course of being here is actually improves. The more times you come here, the odds go up that you're actually going to get picked. So we always say, second Saturday of every month, stop on by. We should say, because of the crazy time zone, we started off when Dee was living in Mexico. We only had a couple hours in between our time zones. Now he's back in Thailand. It's literally, for me right now, it's, whatever time it is, 1 o'clock or wherever we're at, 1:30. For D, it's 1:30 in the afternoon. For him, it's 1:30 in the morning.
A.M.
So we may be moving this back an hour. Just a heads up for everybody. Yeah. Don't be surprised if you find that this show in the upcoming weeks, before the clocks change again, that we move it back an hour so that we're not making poor D stay up to all hours of the night and trying to drink too much coffee to stay awake.
Dr. Melanie, do you live in Prescott? Nick and I usually get to Prescott once a year, usually. Not during the past 2 years, but...
every now and then. Okay, so let's do this. Let's pull up the wheel, and let's see what we're going to look at here on Amy Johnson Crow's channel. Oh, yeah, it's not spinning very easily. The wheel's getting sticky.
Yep.
Doesn't get much easier than that.
I wasn't expecting that, so I got to come in here and do this.
Advance.
All right, let me do this.
Okay, so now we've got to do like the winner spin, don't we?
Yeah, I just got to get Amy into the wheel here to make sure that she's represented in the. Boy, these ones. These are the names that kill me when you have to type genealogy with. I have to enter them all.
Amy Johnson Crow.
Amy Johnson Crow.
Yeah.
Oh man, this really gets my one-fingered iPad typing skills.
Now, while he's doing this, if you've learned something here today or you had a laugh, hit the thumbs up button.
Yeah.
Hit the thumbs up button underneath the stream. It lets us know you learned something or you had a good time. And if you didn't like it, you can hit the thumbs down button. We're big boys.
Or, yeah, just hit the thumbs down. Hit the thumbs up button ironically. If you really hated us, hit the thumbs down button twice.
Sarcastically, yeah. Yes. Yeah, we're talking. Yeah, not in the chat. We're talking about under the actual live stream.
We're not we're talking about not being clear. I don't think we're not being clear today. Like this stream. Give us a like. It helps YouTube understand that we've got some extra engagement here, and it'll make it a little easier to maybe next time get this recommended to you.
There you go.
All right, let me pull up the wheel as we are at that point on the end of the game where we're going to give the wheel one final spin. It's up on there. You can share that if you'd like, Dee, and we will spin to see who our final winner is, who gets to go into the Streamyard catalog and pick any piece of merch that they want, any single piece of merch out of there, and we'll get that shipped out to you. There are some occasions where some people live in areas where they just don't allow shipping in. We've had winners from like India and stuff. In that case, we will make sure that we will hook you up with maybe some free pro license time. We'll make sure we make you whole. So, but in most areas we can get some piece of merch out to you. But enough talk. Let's spin the wheel and see who our winner is today, because I want to know. I want to know. I want to know.
Beer Adam.
And there it is, folks. It is Robin's Buys and DIY, spelled horribly with my one thumb, but that is exactly when Robin's Buys and DIYs. Do me a favor, Robin. Megan is going to leave her email in the chat, megan@danielbatal.com. Please reach out and email to her and make sure we can connect to confirm that is in fact your channel. And we'll get you hooked up with the merchandise page where you can go and you can pick any single item and we'll have that shipped out to you. So it's been a lot of fun today.
A lot of fun. I apologize, and I'm not going to apologize for the giddiness. It's late. I'm tired. I was slap happy before we started. Mr. Batal, thank you so much. It was awesome as always. Thanks to everyone who gave us a thumbs up and a thumbs down. Thanks to everyone who shared this out on social media. We are here the second Saturday of every single month. We do have a link to StreamYard down in the description below. You can use it for free up to 20 hours per month if you're not a StreamYard user. It is hands down the easiest way to get up and go live, and everything's done in the cloud on your browser. So if you don't have the best computer, choking on my own spit, that'd be a heck of a way to end the show. If you don't have a powerful computer, this is a great way to get started live streaming.
All right. Well, thank you very much. If there's a doctor in the house, please stay out a little extra late just to make sure that Dee's going to be okay. Thank you, Mr. T. Nimmin, as always, for putting on a fantastic show. Thank you to StreamYard for letting us do this here, and we'll catch you guys next month.